Episode 15, How to Think in English and Stop Translating in Your Head. The Frustrating Mental Translation Loop. Hey everyone, welcome back to Shuvo's English, the podcast where we take your English out of the grammar books and bring it directly into the real world. I'm your host, Shuvo. Today, we are talking about a superpower. Yes, a real language learning superpower. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever been in the middle of an English conversation? You know exactly what you want to say, but by the time you form the sentence in your mind, the conversation has already moved on. You feel slow, you hesitate, and you feel a bit embarrassed or frustrated. Why does this happen? It's because of a bad habit called mental translation. Your brain is doing double work. First, you hear the English word. Second, you translate it to your native language. Third, you think of an answer in your native language. Fourth, you translate that answer back into English. And fifth, you finally speak. That is 5 whole steps. No wonder your brain feels tired, and no wonder your speech feels slow and robotic. But what if you could skip all those middle steps? What if you could see an apple, and your brain instantly thinks, apple, without translating it to your native language first? Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to train your brain to think directly in English. We are going to go through 5 simple, practical, daily exercises that will break the translation loop and help you speak English faster, smoother, and with real confidence. Grab a cup of tea or coffee, and let's get started. Level 1. Naming individual objects. The visual association. Alright, let's start at level 1. Many students think they need to be advanced to think in English. That is a myth. You can start doing this today, even if you only know basic vocabulary. The first step is the naming game. Think about how a baby learns a language. When a baby looks at a dog, they don't look up a translation in their head. They look at the animal. Someone says, dog, and their brain connects the visual image of the animal directly with the sound, dog. We need to rebuild that connection in your brain. Here is what you do. Look around the room you are in right now. Don't try to make sentences. Just point at objects and name them in English in your head. Table, window, phone, coffee cup, fan. If you don't know a word, don't worry, don't look it up in a bilingual dictionary immediately. Just focus on the things you do know. Do this 3 times a day. When you wake up, look around your bedroom. Bed, pillow, light, door. When you are walking on the street, car, tree, sky, shop. By doing this, you are forcing your brain to bypass your native language. You are building a direct highway from your eyes to your English vocabulary. It's simple, it takes 10 seconds, and it is incredibly powerful. Level 2. Narrating your day. Becoming the main character. Once you are comfortable naming individual objects, it's time to move to level 2. We call this narrating your day. I want you to imagine that you are the main character in a movie, and you are the narrator in your head. Not out loud. Describe what you are doing in very simple, short sentences. Use simple tenses. Let's practice. Imagine you are making breakfast in the morning. Your internal monologue should sound like this. I am waking up. It is cold today. I'm walking to the kitchen. I want some water. I'm pouring the water into a glass. That's bang. Now need breakfast. Where is the bread? Oh, here it is. Notice that the grammar is super simple. You don't need to say, I am currently executing the action of pouring water from a ceramic jug into a crystal glass. No, that is too complex. Keep it basic. What this does is help you build transition words and verbs like go, take, look, feel, want, need. If you get stuck because you don't know a verb, Just say it in your native language, inside the English sentence, but keep going. For example, I am putting on my shoes. Now need to. Locks the door. Don't let a missing word stop the flow of your internal English voice. Just make a mental note to look up the missing word later. Level 3. Use monolingual dictionaries and think in phrases. Now, let's talk about a major mistake that almost every English learner makes, and it's keeping you stuck in the translation loop. That mistake is using a bilingual dictionary. If you are always looking up English words to find the translation in your native language, you are actively training your brain to translate. You are keeping the connection to your native language alive and strong. Instead, I want you to start using a monolingual dictionary in English to English dictionary like Merriam-Webster Learner's Dictionary or Cambridge Learner's Dictionary. When you look up a word like enormous, instead of finding the word in your native language, you will see the definition very large in size or amount. Now, your brain has to work a little bit, but it stays inside English zone. You learn the word through other English words, which actually expands your vocabulary naturally. Along with this, start learning phrases and collocations instead of single words. For example, don't just learn the word decision, learn the phrase make a decision. Don't just learn mistake, learn make a mistake. If you only memorize single words, your brain has to puzzle them together with grammar rules when you speak. But if you memorize phrases or chunks of language, you can pull them out of your brain instantly as pre-made blocks. It saves your brain so much energy. Level 4. The talk to yourself method and imaginary conversations. Now we are reaching the advanced level. This is where the magic happens. Level 4 is talking to yourself and creating imaginary scenarios. Now, what you are thinking. Shuvo, I start talking to myself in public. People are going to think I'm crazy. Well, that's why. You can do this in your head, or when you are completely alone, when the shower, or while driving your car, or walking your dog. I want you to start debating or planning your day in English. For example, plan your grocery list. Okay, what do I need from the store? I need chicken, some onions, and maybe some garlic. Should I buy pasta? No, I had pasta yesterday. Let's make rice instead. But here is the absolute best exercise, the interview. Imagine someone is interviewing you for a podcast, a job, or a talk show. Ask yourself questions in English and try to explain your opinions. What is your favorite hobby, and why do you like it? If you could travel anywhere in the world right now, where would you go? Try to answer these questions fully in your mind, because there is no one around to judge you. You don't have to feel nervous or afraid of making grammar mistakes. Your mind is a 100% safe playground to practice your English. When you practice these imaginary scenarios, you're pre-building the exact neural pathways you will need when you talk to a real person in the future. When that real conversation happens, your brain won't have to translate because it has already practiced that exact sequence of thoughts. Wrap up and your action step for today. Let's summarize the 4 levels of training your brain to think in English. Level 1. The naming game. Point at objects and name them directly in English. Level 2. Narrate your day. Talk to yourself in simple sentences about what you are doing in the moment. Level 3. Go monolingual. Stop using translation dictionaries and start memorizing phrases, not just individual words. Level 4. Imaginary scenarios. Have debates, plan your schedule, or interview yourself in English. Remember, thinking in English is not a genetic gift. It is a muscle. If you go to the gym once, you won't get muscles immediately. But if you do it every day, for just 5 minutes, you will see a massive change in a few weeks. So here is my action step for you today. The very next time you pick up your phone, let it, and say, phone. Then narrate your next 3 actions. I am unlocking my phone. I'm opening YouTube. I am listening to a podcast. Start small. Start today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on Shuvo's English. If you found this episode valuable, please give us a thumbs up on YouTube, leave a comment with your thoughts, and share this with your friends. Until next time, keep thinking, keep speaking, and bridge that gap.